What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you an updated movie room tour. Now, this is a video I did a couple of years ago, but as time goes on, you do have to rotate things around. Some things change, some things don't. And as I've been going through movies and purging items out of my collection, I have been rotating things around, at least I try to. But pretty much it is the same basic setup, but I have been noticing over the past couple of months in my comment section, some people asking for a room tour, an updated room tour. And plus, I noticed there has been kind of a surge of a lot of room tours for physical media collectors on YouTube for some reason in the past couple of months. Maybe that's the reason why people are commenting for my updated room tour. I honestly have no idea. But this is a requested video, so that's what we're going to do today. And actually, I did make a major change just last night in the physical media closet that I do want to show you guys. So let's do an updated room tour. Pretty much everything, all the basics are the same, but I have changed a little bit here and there. So let's go on a room tour. Here we go, room update tour for 2024. All right, so this is the door that goes into my room. It's behind me in every single video that I do on a daily basis. I do have a Scream Ghostface floor mat. I picked that up at Spirit Halloween last year. I love it. I think it's the perfect place to put it. Now over here we do have the Blu-ray shelf that my dad so graciously built for me. And these are all the Blu-rays that I have seen. Now I do have some space in here still, but it's nice because with movies getting 4K upgrades, I don't have a problem rotating movies out of here and making space. So I still have some space. It's all about rotating and deciding what you want to keep, what you don't. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you see these movies in the background of my posts all the time. This is a background that I like to use. By the way, follow me on Instagram at Movies&Sue if you are not already. Okay, over on this side is my Margot Robbie Harley Quinn poster. I love her as the character. I love the character in general, so I wanted a poster. I picked it up at Walmart for like 10 bucks or something. It was super cheap. And I've had this Unicorn Crossing sign for a few years. I figured that was a good place to put it. So there it is. And then we do live in a raised ranch. This is the door that goes upstairs. Not really exciting. So let's get to the exciting part, the reason why you clicked on the video, the actual room. Let's go into the room. The tour of the room. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Here we go, guys. Okay. All right. So I left something on the TV because I didn't want just a black rectangle, I guess. I didn't want just a black background, so I decided Roku City will bring some life to the video. So I have Roku City just going on in the background on the TV. All right, but we're gonna start over here. The background that you see in every single video that I do, the door that I just entered, we have the calendar on the back. Of course, it's Marvel. Then we have my picture of Audrey. You know I love her. I had to have this sign or this picture in my room. I love it so much. Then we have the Criterions that I have seen. This is where I'm putting them for right now. I do have some space down at the bottom, but eventually it's going to fill up and I'm going to have to make a choice as to where I want to put them. So when the time comes, that will be a future decision. But as of right now, it's working fine. Okay, here is the infamous closet. I call it the Halloween closet because it looks exactly like the closet that Laurie Strode is hiding in at the end of Halloween and Michael is busting through. And as you guys can see, it's cracked a little bit. It's always cracked because my cats bust in. There's a little hole that goes from the wall to a different door that I didn't show you. They can get in and out of this room. They're very crafty like that. And so you've seen in prior videos where they've busted into my room and you think it's a ghost. You guys get scared. It's just my cats. So there's the Halloween closet. I try to keep it closed as much as possible. All right, over here is the dresser that is behind me in every video that I do. Obviously, I can't really move that. So there's my dresser with my home decor. You know, that's me. You guys see that I love zebra. I love black and white. That is my theme. Here is my Michael Myers pillow that I picked up at FYE. I absolutely love this pillow. I snuggle with it every night. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm really not, because it is the most comfortable thing in the entire world. So boring stuff, bed, this is where I film, this is where I sleep. And yeah, like there's really nothing exciting as far as, I wish I had a studio. I wish I did. I wish I had room to have, you know, a different place to film, something a little bit more exciting. But I don't. This is what I have, and this is what I work with, and I think it's working pretty good because we just hit over 12K, so we're doing all right. But I really do want to point out my cat backpack. If you guys remember, I received this from Universal for promoting Argyle, and I was just so thrilled to get it. It's the actual cat backpack from the movie that Bryce Dallas Howard wears pretty much throughout the entire film. And as you can see, there's like a little teeny tiny stuffed gray and white cat. And that's the colors of one of my cats. So I thought it was really cute. And there is the infamous table right there. That's the table I use for every single haul to put all my movies on. That's a side table that I use for everything when I'm showing off, you know, monthly Blu-ray collection videos and hauls and things like that. That's the table that I use. So that's why it's here in the room, because I use it so much. It would be ridiculous to not have it in the room. So I thought it was a good place to put it behind the door. All right, so here is the other side of the room. As you guys can see, I still have on that's my car, by the way, but I still have my Ghostface and my Scream like Klingons from Halloween time, because why am I going to take them off? Like, where am I going to put them? So I just keep them on all year long. It's fine with me. It's fine. I'm a horror fan. It makes sense, right? Okay, so this is like bookshelf number 1, I guess you could call it. Over here, I have like a kind of like an imitation Harley Quinn bat that I picked up, I believe, at Spirit Halloween as well, which I love. And we got some like knickknacks, and that's my my tripod for filming. I'm very simple. I just throw it into the corner and that's where it stays until I need it the next day. All right, so this is like bookshelf number 1. These are all movies I have not seen yet. Okay? Like, and just wait. There is much more, you guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg right here. All right, so I do have a picture of one of my cats. I love her. I don't have kids, obviously. So my cats are my kids. I love them. They're my babies. She's my oldest one, and she just turned 10 this past year. So that is Hepburn, named after you-know-who, Audrey. And then we have my Iron Man. I forget the name of it, but my Iron Man, you know what it's called. And then my mom gave me this for Christmas one year. I haven't used it. They're like little teeny tiny notebooks inside of there, and each one of them has, if I can show you, I'll show you really quick. Each one of them has like a Marvel character. So there's Black Widow, and then here's like Wolverine. It's so cool, you know? There we go. It tells you the characters. So Black Widow, Captain America, Groot and Rocket, you know, a bunch of Marvel characters. They're all teeny tiny little notebooks, but I'm not sure I'll ever use it because I don't know. I just like it as is. And it's a special gift from my mom. So I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I like it as a display. Okay. So here is my organization that makes sense to me, because as collectors, we all collect differently and we all display things differently. So here's what makes sense to me. Okay. So with shelf, or I should say like display number 1, whatever you want to call it. So the first shelf right here on the left-hand side right here, these are all 4Ks that I have not seen. Now, some of these movies, I have seen the movie, but not the 4K of the movie. So because I like to watch a movie again to see the difference with a 4K upgrade, that's why they're in that pile. And then there's just more regular 4Ks in the middle. And then we have Arrow. Arrow's right here, all Arrow that I have not watched yet. And then behind Witness, I do have Roadhouse. That's Vinegar Syndrome though, but I figure that was a good place to keep it. So that's all Arrow stuff. And then on shelf number 2, pretty much is all like Shout Factory and Paramount Presents titles. And those 2 rows in the middle and on the right are all Kino Lorber. I really, really do have to make it a priority to have a Kino Lorber month because it's kind of getting insane and I need the space. So I got to make Kino Lorber a priority. And there's a few MVD titles as well, as you guys can see right there. And then on the bottom, they're all just regular Blu-rays. All regular Blu-rays, 2 rows deep, pretty much to the top at this point. So I gotta start. I gotta start getting through these. I really, really do. I gotta start making a dent. There we go. All right, so the package right there, that actually arrived today from High Def Ninja. So guess what tomorrow's video is going to be? An unboxing. I cannot wait. Okay. Now let's talk about this right here. Some of you probably saw this earlier in the video and you're like, what is that? This is, remember last year or this past year with Spirit Halloween having like the baby versions of horror icons? Well, this is baby Ghostface. And my mom saw it on the Spirit Halloween website, or I might have told her about it, and she ordered it for me. I had no clue that she had placed the order. It came in. It was a surprise. And so I opened it up and I was completely shocked because I was not expecting this at all whatsoever, but she knows what a massive Scream fan that I am. So my mom picked this one up for me. So thank you, Mom, for my baby Ghostface. I really, really do appreciate it. Shout out to Mama Blu-ray. All right, there's my TV. As you guys can see, there is nothing fancy. I don't have a sound bar. I don't have a sound system. I have nothing to get it rocking and rolling down here when it comes to watching movies. I wish I did. I wish I had the room. Unfortunately, I don't. So I have my TV and I got my Blu-ray player right next to it. I don't have a 4K player down here. I only have a Blu-ray player. When I do watch 4Ks, I go upstairs. There's my Marvel poster, because you know me, even though I like both, I like Marvel and DC, but I gravitated towards Marvel first, so it's kind of like my heart belongs to Marvel, even though they're having problems right now. They're having problems, but I believe they're going to work it out. So there's my Marvel poster. Okay. There's a close-up of Roku City of what's going on. All right, so there's my Blu-ray player. Like I said, nothing fancy. There is the Lethal Weapon franchise because I'm trying to get through Lethal Weapon. I'm watching action movies this month. I've seen 1 and 2. Now I got to go for 3 and 4. And Terminator Salvation. I fell asleep. I didn't get to watch that yet, so I have to make that a priority as well. All right, more Ghostface Scream Klingons on my other window. And speaking of Scream, we have the horror corner. So before, let me get a better angle here. Okay, so it was about, I would say a year ago now, I had the idea because this entire corner previously was Funko Pops. And once my collection started getting really big and expanding, I said, you know what? The Funko Pops in the corner are wasted space. I need to utilize this space. And I had a lot of horror films coming in. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make that the horror corner. So that's what this is. These are all horror movies right here. And as you guys can see, I still do have plenty of space. There's one whole shelf with nothing on it at all whatsoever. I do have other movies on the bottom there that are not horror movies, but I really don't have any other place for them, so that's where they're going. But the majority of this is horror films. So little bit of horror decor from Spirit Halloween. I wanted to get the main icons. So we have Freddy, Ghostface, Jason, and obviously Michael Myers. I love those cups. They were so cheap. They were like $2 a piece or something. These are all regular horror Blu-rays. And I do have the House of a Thousand Corpses, like Blu-ray, little box set that they did last year. These are all, yeah, okay, I'm admitting, I have to dust, okay? I know someone's gonna comment. I do have to dust, okay? I did a lot of dusting yesterday, hence why I'm doing this video today, because I really just cleaned my room. But as far as the movies, I do have to, do some of that. But anyway, I know someone's going to call it out, so I might as well call it out first. Okay, so these are all horror 4Ks down here, regular horror 4Ks, there we go. Here is kind of like my Ghostface Scream corner. I have a couple of the knives, as you guys can see. A couple of the masks. My mug. Picked that up at Spirit Halloween last year. And then shout out to Jesse, because Jesse, he sent me so many awesome things, and he sent me a bunch of stickers, and I had no idea what to do with them. And then I thought they could go in the mug. So that's what I did. Jesse, I put all the stickers you sent me in the mug. So that's where they are. And then I found this plushie of Ghostface last year, and I had to have it. It's so cute. I love it. It's so cute. Look at him. He's adorable with his little fake knife and everything. So I thought that was the perfect place to put him, right on top of the chair, because it goes in the corner, like with the theme and everything. All right, so Jasmine, speaking of people sending me things, Jasmine hooked me up with blankets, like so amazing. So I layered them on the back of this chair right here. So that's what's going on there. Nothing exciting in this corner. My chair. Yes, those are my slippers. They're obnoxious. My clothes, whatever. My sneakers. You guys don't need to know about that. Whatever. All right, so here's more Ghostface and Scream stuff. On the very top, the popcorn bucket. When that went on sale, I knew I had to pick that one up. So picked up that one. Tony P sent me the bobblehead on the left-hand side. I love it. I think he sent that for me for a birthday gift, and I absolutely love it. And then a couple of other figurines and plushies as well. Over on the top here, I have all Scream Factory 4Ks. Still got some room. Still got some room to play. And then down here, we have regular Blu-rays with slipcovers. Scream Factory, by the way. Blu-rays with slipcovers. Here's a couple of 4Ks right here with no slipcovers. I just put them before the Blu-rays and then the regular Blu-rays. And gotta represent with some DVDs. So I chose those to put in the corner. I like that. And then, of course, we have, gotta have Scream 4. Gotta have Scream 4 in the corner. All right, so on the bottom shelf here is kind of like randomness. We have Vestron, Vestron titles right here. We got Paramount Presents in order by number. Vestron, same thing, in order by number. And then I got some Shout Factory, slipcovers, no slipcovers. It's in my kind of order that makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's move on over here. Gotta have more Audrey in my life. I love her. So here she is. I've had this picture, the sign, for many years, probably at least 10 years. So this is kind of like the focal point of the room. And when I was into Funko Pops, when they released these at Target, I got up mad early for like the 8 a.m. opening of the store to grab these. So pretty much all my Funko Pops are in storage right now, except for these and my Marvel ones that I picked up. But that's it. Those are the only Funko Pops that I have in my room. As you can see, Jesse, again, he sent me Red Rock West because of Nicolas Cage and the pin, and I have them displayed right here because, I don't know, I just think it looks nice there. So shout out to Jesse once again for hooking me up. And I've shown you guys this before. This is where I write out my schedule for YouTube every single day. what videos I'm doing, and sometimes I switch things around and, all of that, but I plan out a month ahead of what I want to do. See, today, room tour. It was supposed to be new release review, but I decided to do that earlier, so today is the room tour. And then there's my streaming list of movies and shows that I would like to watch. If I have time, I don't know, but if I do, that's great. I haven't had time. Nothing's crossed off. Nothing's crossed off. I haven't had time. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to have a video to talk about anything, but we will see. All right. Now in here, nothing really too interesting. Notebooks, organization, things like that. Notebooks for, YouTube ideas and writing out information and things like that. Nothing too earth-shattering over here. Perfume, lotions. I am a girl, so I like to smell good and be all lotiony, nice and soft. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, continuing on over here. I thought this was the perfect place for some home decor wall hangings from Spirit Halloween. So we have Halloween Night Massacre from, Halloween with Michael Myers. And then I saw these and I just fell in love with them. I wish they had Ghostface. They did not. They had Michael, they had Jason. I think they even had Freddy Krueger, but they did not have Ghostface. If they had Ghostface, I would have picked up Michael and Ghostface, but I picked up Jason. So we have those. And then we have the Joker handmade beaded art that was made for me for a gift. The person that made that is no longer in my life, unfortunately, but I am keeping that because I love the movie so much, and Joaquin's performance and everything was incredible. So that is the one item that I'm keeping from that relationship that is no longer existing. Unfortunately, things happen. You got to move on with life, right? All right. And then I believe Marius sent me the Scream tin. It's one of those tin signs. So that was very cool from Scream 5. So that was awesome that he did that. More kitty cat and me, pictures and decor. But you don't care about that. Let's move on to more movie stuff. I feel like I'm rambling on everything about my life, but it's a room tour. This is the room. All right, so here is shelf system number 2. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so this is like a lot of organization for me. So at the top shelf, on the very top, first of all, in the bucket, those are all digital codes. I have a lot to give away. So if you're interested in digital codes, I'm trying to post them every Tuesday. I can post 10 at a time. So every week, 10 codes will be available. So again, if you want a chance at a free digital code, then just follow me over on Instagram at Movies&Sue. And if you happen to see it when I upload it, then you get a free code, just to let you guys know. Okay, so at the top, these are brand new releases that I need to watch for new release review. So last night we watched American Sniper, so that's put off to the side. But the rest of the movies I still have to watch. Fletch Lives, Night Falls on Manhattan, The Gate, and The Lair of the White Worm. So those are on the watch list for a future new release review. The second shelf, or I should say the first shelf, because that's the top. So the first shelf, over on the left are movies for Never Seen It series. So those are all Audrey and Katharine Hepburn movies that I will be discussing in a video probably sometime next week. And then over on the right, those are movies that I have seen before that I talk about in a different video. And then shelf number 2, that is where I keep the movies of the month. So that way when it comes to the Blu-ray haul, it's nice and easy. I know exactly, where everything is. There's no, is it from this month, or there's no question about it. I do have a package to open. That'll be sometime soon. So I'm just keeping it right there for now. But one of the things I changed from the last room tour that I did, this is where I'm keeping my Lionsgate steelbooks for right now that I have seen. I thought it was a nice place to put them. It will be filling up shortly, you know, but when the time comes, I'll figure it out and I'll change the place of it. But as of right now, Lionsgate Steelbooks are there on the bottom shelf. I thought that was a good place to put them. And then we do have my Harley Quinn and Joker Christmas plushies that I picked up. I absolutely love them. And then my Harley Quinn plushie that my dad got for me for Christmas one year. So I like to have them in the room. And then before we go into the main event, which is the physical media closet right there, we have my ring light. This is the ring light that is very annoying when I'm trying to show off steelbooks and it's bouncing. The light is bouncing off the steelbook. That's the ring light that I use. See, guys, this is not a professional setup at all whatsoever. I keep my ring light right by my bed, pretty much. There's the ring light. There's my end table. I got my unicorn cup of water. Like, that's what I use every day to sip on. I believe in pink. A quote from Audrey Hepburn, which is true. I believe in pink as well. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it for the ring light. So now let's take the tour of what you really want. I'm sure you're like, where is everything else, Susan? It's in the closet. It's in the physical media closet. So let's go in there and check everything out. All right, we are inside of the closet. I came inside, I shut the door. It is a little bit tight in here, so you're just gonna have to work with me. Okay, I have my camera on kind of like a little extension to make it a little bit easier. So let's start at the top, shall we? Let's start at the top. So the very top, these are all movie box sets that I have seen. I've watched everything. The Godfather, The Karate Kid, Hunger Games, Back to the Future. I put Argo up there because it's kind of, I mean, it is like a box set, but it's only one movie. It can't fit on the regular Blu-ray shelf, so I put it up there. Twilight, Alfred Hitchcock, JFK, the Audrey Hepburn movies, things like that. So I've seen all of those box sets right up there. Now, we have this shelf. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but this shelf right at the top in the middle, I have the John Wick book, the book box set. And then how perfect do the Columbia Classics box sets fit up there? Doesn't that look amazing? I could fit, when you take out the John Wick box set, I could fit at least 3 more of the Columbia Classics. So that's nice. But it seems like those box sets were meant to be up there because they fit absolutely perfectly. All right. Now let's turn over here. So the other side of the top shelf, as far as the box sets, these are all that I still have not seen. So I got to work on those. And then, of course, there are, you know, more movies behind there. But the movies that you see in the front right here, like Kindergarten Cop and Mayhem, Red 2, True Lies, those are all movies that are being purged, and I will say goodbye because I've either upgraded to a 4K or I didn't really care for the movie or something like that. So those are movies that will be shown in a future bye-bye Blu-ray video. So I'm keeping those up there for now. All right, let's move down to this. I told you it's very tight in here. Let's move down to the second shelf. Second shelf on the right-hand side. As you guys can see, there's a lot of Criterions. Jasmine, you are the cause of this, okay? Like, pretty much, like 95% of these Criterions are from Jasmine. Trust me, I'm so grateful and so thankful. She does not have to do this, but she hooks me up. Those are all Criterions I still have not seen. I still have not watched them. Like I said, the Criterion, you know, display out there will be filling up because that's a lot of Criterions. So when I get to that point, I will have to figure out what to do. But so far, these are never seen it's. And these are all steelbooks that I still have not watched. So these are all movies that I still have to watch. And these are all of my Lionsgate steelbooks that I still have to watch. Those are all Lionsgate right in the front. And some new ones. Now, when we get to the bottom shelf, these are all steelbooks that I have seen, I have watched. I know some of you are going to cringe at the way I have these. They're stacked on top of each other with no protection. I know, but I like to think I take care of my items very well. I try not to move them around too much, you know what I mean? So I know some people are going to comment. I'm already seeing it. All right, over here we have the John Wick 4 movie collection that Lionsgate sent over to me. I like to use it as a display. I like how that looks. And then I do have those, there we go, the Icon editions from Walmart that High Def Ninja was sending to me. So I have them right here. I have duplicates because some of them came with no movie, and then I would get the movie one later. So that's why there's 2 Shazam and 2 Fast X. But I'd like to have those right there on the side there. All right, so now in the middle, below the Columbia Classics, this is where I'm keeping all of my 4Ks that I have seen. Again, I know some people aren't going to understand or like how I have things stacked and piled, but this is what I have to do because I don't have as much space as everyone else. So this is shelf number 2. And I like to separate them out because these ones obviously don't have slipcovers. So I put them in the middle, you know, stacked on top of each other. And then the ones with slipcovers are standing up straight. And then I've gotten to the point, can you tell I clean? I keep a pledge in my room. I've gotten to the point where the 3rd shelf on the bottom, I have to start using for all the 4Ks that I have. So there's all the recent brand new releases that I've been watching. Now the shelf over here are all Blu-rays that I have not seen yet, and we're 2 stacks in, so that's a lot of movies. And yes, I organized it with slipcovers over on this side on the end, so those all have slipcovers. There we go. And these are just regular Blu-rays stacked on top of each other. Now here is where my little change and my project that I did last night comes in. So before last night, this entire shelf right here was all filled with steelbooks. And now there's barely anything. So what's going on? Don't worry, I'm going to show you in just a second. I am making more room. I have to make more space. I have to utilize the room that I have in here. So I thought this idea was kind of a brilliant idea. Well, I don't know about brilliant, but I thought it was a smart idea to do. So I still do have some steelbooks over here, as you guys can see. And then these are the movies that I'm down to for Action Movie Month. So here's what I have left for the rest of the month to watch. And then, of course, I have my Joker little box set from Dave Durant Cinema that he sent to me. I have that still wrapped up. I'm never going to open it. It means so much to me. I have that as a display. All right, so here's what I did to show you. Don't mind my clothes and like my hampers and stuff like that. Okay. Look at this. Okay. So what is different is that this used to be all shoes. It was all sneakers. I'm like a Converse sneaker. I'm not going to, I like Converse. Okay. So I used to have many pairs of Converse sneakers. I still do. I just moved the location of them, but they were all on this shelf right here. And I decided to consolidate my shoes. I have like boots and sneakers and things like that. I decided to consolidate so that way this shelf right here, I can put steelbooks because I need more room and I need more space. So everything right here on this side is a horror steelbook. And I did all that last night. I cleaned the shelf, took everything out, cleaned it, made it look nice. And I got plenty of room because as you can see, I can still stack another row in front. So those are all my horror steelbooks. Then we have the holiday steelbooks. mainly Christmas. There's one Thanksgiving with planes, trains, and automobiles. And then over there are all of my DC steelbooks. Because when I can separate, it makes things easier for future videos. I'm thinking like that. So I figure, why not? I'll separate out DC. That'll make it easier for the future. So holiday, DC, and all of my horror steelbooks. So I thought that was a good idea. Pretty much it gave me all of that room back. So I have a little bit of space and a little bit of time until things start getting a little bit more crowded. And then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do from there. But like I said, with 4K upgrades always happening, things are always being rotated out, things are changing. So no worries. No worries. I'll be fine. Okay. We got the final, let me move my clothes here. The final shelf, the final grouping of shelves, I should say, is right here. All right, so this is where I put Marvel. Now before, I just had MCU Marvel, but then when I was organizing the steelbooks last night, I decided to incorporate everything Marvel, Sony, MCU, doesn't matter. Anything that's a Marvel property is going here. So like, Madam Web, Morbius, Howard the Duck, Blade, because Blade is from Marvel. So there we go. All my Marvel steelbooks. And here are my other Funko Pops that I will not get rid of because I paid a pretty penny for all 5 of those. So I will not get rid of them. And then those are my box sets from Tony P that he sent over to me that are very, very precious to me. They mean a lot. So I like to display them. There we go. Okay. Second shelf down. Right now, these are boutique label items that I have seen, but eventually I'm going to run out of space. But when I get there, I'll figure it out. So this side for right now is Kino Lorber. I like to have all of the slipcovers on the bottom, 4Ks, then go up to Blu-rays, and then, the one 4K with no slipcover, and then all the regular Blu-rays. And then I have MVD titles. This is the MVD side. And then finally on the bottom we have Arrow and also Vinegar Syndrome. I'm much more selective when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome. I don't like to pick up everything because that's what I was doing. I was just picking up random stuff and I was regretting it. So I like to be more selective. That's why I don't have a ton of Vinegar Syndrome. But there's the ones that I've watched. And there is Arrow. Regular Blu-rays on the top. And then I have like the box sets that I have on the bottom. Obviously, that just makes sense. And then regular Blu-rays with no slipcovers. And there is the Conan Chronicles. So yeah, there is everything. All the changes that I've made in my physical media closet. That is my updated room tour for 2024. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video today. You never know, possibly next year it could change dramatically. I'm always changing things and rotating items, so we'll see what happens in the next year or two. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.